Gordon gets even.
You all see the graffiti on the new gym, haha. The head teacher scandal and someone must. Who did it? I really don't want to involve the police to the city. I like someone to come up to talk to me.
Gordon pretended to look around the hall like everyone else. The only person he didn't look at was Big Kev. Who do you think did it? Asked Randy, Gordon's best friend. Gordon should not.
At lunchtime, Big Kev was waiting. He wasn't much taller than Gordon, but he was mean and had a vicious streak. He grabbed Gordon by the collar and pushed him against the wall, knocking Gordon's glasses struck the ground.
You tell anyone what you saw and you're for it, Gogs. I won't, Kev. Honest, I won't. You better not. I have my eyes on you, and if I think you squealed, I sort you out. Gordon, come on. We need a goalie, Ranjit shouted. Big Kev let him go with a scowl. Gordon retrieved his glasses and made a dash for freedom.
We're expecting some visitors shortly, said Mrs. Harper that afternoon. Everyone looked excited. Gordon tried to sit so slowly in his chair that he was almost under his desk. Who are they? Asked Sarah Goose. The police are coming to talk about how to look after yourself when you are outside and about. How many police are coming? Asked Ranjit. Gordon inquired at him. I don't know, said Mrs. Harper. We will find out when they get here. Gordon, would you go to the school office and export your visitor said to the classroom. Gordon shook fairly down into the seat. He looked pleased at Mrs. Harper, but she smiled.
Gordon moved like a snail over to the classroom door. He climbed slowly down the stairs and through the empty hall. He dialed for ages at the office door, but a teacher came along and frowned at him. So finally he knocked. Hello, Gordon, said a policewoman as the door office opened. Gordon looked at his feet. Oh, the school sent you. Do you know YPC boss? Gordon, the policewoman grinned. Gordon is my nephew. Gordon didn't grind back as he led his aunt toward the classroom. What if Big Kev saw him with a policewoman? As that thought entered Gordon's head, Big Kev came around the corner. Big Kev said nothing, but his hard stare told Gordon he wouldn't be in big trouble later. Gordon barely heard that Aunt Caroline had to say, but then remembered thinking that if wasn't only strangers who were Sure, Big Kev was waiting for Gordon after school. What you been telling the fuzz? Nothing, Kev. Nothing at all, honest. I didn't say anything. I just showed her the way to the classroom, Big Kev growled. Gordon by the hair and pulled until his eyes bursted, become to water. Better not have said anything but about the graffiti, or I'll get you right. Gasped Gordon, bravely able to breathe. He wanted to be the kind person that fought back, but he was too scared. He just won't be Big Kev to let him go.
What's going on? Demanded the school caretaker, who appeared as if from nowhere. Nothing, Big Kev let Gordon go. We're just fooling around, what we got? Me and Bob's are good pals. He put his hand on Gordon, sort of punch him hard so that Gordon couldn't run off. Away you go home, the two of you. The caretaker said he wasn't all the way to the cottage.
As soon as he could, Gordon swarmed away from Big Kev and ran out all the way home. He hated being called Gogs, and he hated Big Kev for being such a bully. But worst of all, he hated himself because he felt so pathetic and helpless.
Gordon let himself. I thought the back door. He could hear voices in the living room. It was his mum and aunt, Caroline, and they were talking about him. Gordon was acting very strangely in school today, and Caroline was saying he seemed upset about something. Perhaps I should speak to his teacher. His mother said, "No way," Gordon thought. If Big Kev found out his mum had been speaking to Mrs. Happer, he would beat him up for sure. Gordon tiptoed through the hall and up to his room. What was he going to do? Perhaps if he could have a word with Aunt Caroline first, he could make her understand.
After tea, Gordon managed to speak to his aunt whilst his mum was doing the washing up. He told her all about how Big Kev had threatened and bullied him, but he decided not to tell her about the graffiti.
I know Kevin Grantle, Auntie Caroline said. He's a real troublemaker, but he's also a coward. Tell you what, I'm on duty tomorrow near the school tomorrow with one of my colleagues, PC Derek Hopkinson. What if we just happen to come along and see Kevin and you outside school? We could have a few words with him. Gordon grinned. That would be great. That would be great. That way he wouldn't never know it was arranged beforehand.
All the next day, Gordon felt much
sure of himself. He was going to stand up to Big Kev. With that little help from Aunt Caroline, he managed to stand as tall as he approached Big Kev in his corridor. Wait till after school, Big Kev saw as he went past.
But when the final school bell went, Gordon's confidence left him. What if Odd Colin had forgotten? What if there was no one there to help him? He began to feel sick.
Big Kev was looking at the end of the road. Gordon looked around, but there wasn't no sign of anyone in a police uniform. He walked as slowly as he could, but still he couldn't see P.C. Hopkins or Aunt Caroline.
Told you it'd be waiting for you, Big Kev growled. Just before his glasses were knocked to the ground again, Gordon saw something across the road. It looked like a police officer. Now was his chance to stand up to Big Kev.
Me alone, you big bully, Gordon cried. You know that policewoman in school? Well, that's my auntie. She says she knows all about you, Gordon said in a loud voice. And I haven't told her anything. So you must have lots of other things to hide. Big Kev just started at him. Gordon, surprised, he looked worried. Is she going to tell my dad? Gordon just shrugged. Tomorrow. Hey, isn't that your dad over there? I'm off, Big Kev shouted as he turned and ran away.
Gordon was shaking, but he felt as a warm glow inside. He picked up his glasses and looked around the police office car. All he could see was a traffic warden standing by a car. They're coming around on the corner where Aunt Caroline and P.C. Hopkins. I am sorry, Gordon, said Aunt Caroline. We were called away. Are you okay? Yeah, I'm okay, said Gordon. And I don't think Big Kev will bother me anymore.